Hello and welcome to this video. Now, a lot of people have been asking for the last couple of days if we were going to be able on the channel, I say we, me, get Sai on to tell us a little bit more with what's going on. We all know Sai. Sai gets in our comments and he'll tell us a little bit about what's going on. And 9 times out of 10, you all pick up on it and you go, you got that, he said that 2 weeks ago and look what's happened 2 weeks now. Now, Sai is a credible person. He works in and around football, but that's about all I know, and that's all I want to know, and that's all anyone else should know. Let's just have a look at what he's actually got right and told us in the past. Let's make that bigger. So he told us about more leaving in the comment section. He said the same thing about Nuno. He also had it with Roll being a new manager. Ugbo signing a date when he was going to get done. Windass staying. Bannon contract signed. And that one was when everyone like going mental, going, he's leaving. He was like, no, he's staying. McNeil signing, Bernard extension, Armstrong signing. Danny, he made it very clear Danny wasn't going to Southampton. He also said Still was going to Southampton instead. Wages being late or paid. Embargoes and when they were coming. Takeover news before it picked up in the local news outlet. Pedersen to be manager. EFL charges on DC. North Dam being paid for and work being done. Deadline day being 1 in and that's it. And you remember, he did say it'll be quiet. We'll get 1 in, maybe 2, but it's more than likely just going to be 1. And that was one of the things that when we did the live stream, it was very much like, it'll be 1, don't worry, it's fine. Deadline, I read that. London lawyers dealing with the sale. Richard being involved and being in the first game of the season. Remember, we did a short on that. Texters, moving stuff, loan on stadium, players that we had lined up, training ground, and let's just see where we are at the moment, because that's the big thing. Right now, where are we actually at in terms of getting Chansiri gone? So I will bring Sion and ask how he is. Hey, mate, how are you doing, mate?
I am very well, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. Kids are back at school, but for whatever reason, I picked up one of those lurgy rubbish stuff. So it's the case of having kids. They're germ.
Always time to celebrate when kids go back to school.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's been a very long 6 weeks. I
Tell me about it.
I literally had it this 6 weeks. I was like, oh, when they'll be quiet this 6 weeks. I got to stop saying that in the transfer window. I've really got to stop doing that.
Yeah, I've got to agree.
Because I say it every year, though. If you notice, I say every year, I'll have a 2-3 weeks off, and then we'll get into it, and then bang, everything goes at the same time. Let them know a little bit about you, and basically say as much as you can. Basically, that's what I'm going to say. Right.
First of all, I just want to say thanks for having me on.
No, much appreciated. Thank you for coming on.
Well done on the 5K.
Took a while, but I got there. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Shocked it's not more. I'll be honest with you, I'm shocked it's not a lot more, because the content, what you throw out there and the amount that you do, I mean, I'm just shocked. Like I said, I'm shocked it's not more. I mean, I think it's brilliant what you do. And
much
secondly, I hope you and your family's all well.
We're all good. Hope yours are good as well. I've got a 2-year-old that's teething and a 7-year-old that's sassy going on 17. So yeah.
I know that feeling. That's my 18-year-old daughter who thinks she's now my mum. She dictates to me, tells me what I can wear, tell me how to have my hair, tell me how to shave my beard, tell me what spray I can wear and everything like that. She's now turned into my mum, basically. So, except from that, you know, I like to see her. I love her to bits, but I like to see her when she goes to work. I like to wave her off. Right, basically, who am I? Right, I'm Sai. I work within football. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what I do in football, because for simple reasons being, if people click on and put 2 and 2 together, people within the football world, especially in England, will know who I am. And probably recognising my voice, a lot of people is going to click on who I am anyway. But I have a lot of contacts within football, and so does my wife. As you know, I can't tell you too much about what my wife does, but my wife also works within football, but obviously you know what she does and where she works. I have numerous contacts throughout football. Obviously, you put that little thread up at the beginning then where it tells you what we've got right. I'll be honest with you, I think we've been emailing each other that much. I think that's only probably 10% to what I've told you of it.
That's about 10% of what I can remember. Like going through the email threads, I was like, I think I got to 20. I was like, it's in the hundreds. So I was like, that'll do.
Yeah. There's just too much. I mean, one thing that I will put out there: do I do this for an hobby? Do I do this for everything? No, I don't. I'm a lifelong Sheffield Wednesday fan. So is my family. So is my kids. So is my wife. Sheffield Wednesday is our life. The reason I reached out to you by telling you stuff what was happening is because a lot of stuff what gets put out there on certain websites, certain social media is rubbish.
Yep.
And I know it's rubbish. Am I on social media? Nope. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Twitter, as you know. I have family members what use social media, so I sometimes have a nosy through their stuff. And I am not Simon from, the 1867. So please don't insult me and don't get me muddled up, because I'm not that man. That's basically it. I can't say too much of who I am because I don't want my cover getting blown, because if my cover gets blown, I can then not pass on the information to you for you to pass on to your subscribers.
And I think what you got to remember is that this is being done because we want people to know what's going on with a way that it can be digested in a way that people can find out what's going on. And 9 times out of 10, what we notice whenever you put a comment in, 2 weeks later, something comes out.
That's it. I mean, it's not just Sheffield Wednesday that I've told you about. I've told you about different clubs with different things happening. I think the best one was when everybody was losing it over Danny Rogan and Southampton. And I kept saying to you, don't worry about it, it's not going. Don't worry about it, it's not going. And you kept saying, no, he's going. I've seen it on this channel, even you doubted me. And I kept saying, he's not. Trust me.
I did.
Yep, I go, trust me, he's not going. And I even said to you, because I shouldn't tell you this, but I even turned around and said before the betting was even going on certain things, oh, it's going to be Will Still.
And the
and
day
you were like, nonsense. I can remember you saying it, nonsense.
Yep. And the day it happened, I literally just did tick, tick, tick. I'm like, fair.
Yep. And that was before. I mean, I wish I could bet in football. If I could bet in football, I'll be honest with you, I'd be a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
I really would, but I'm not allowed. But the amount of stuff that I've passed on to you and what's come true, it goes to show that, I'm not doing this for likes, because I'm not on any social media. I'm not doing this for attention because you're the only person I speak to.
Yep.
I'm not doing this for money because I'm not getting paid to be doing anything like this, unless obviously people want to, set me up. I'll set a Patreon's account. If you want, you can pay me £1,000 a week for information. I don't mind doing stuff like that. Yep. Also, but basically, that's who I am. I'm just an honest person. I tell you what it is. If I know it's going to happen, I inform you. If I know it's 50-50, I'll say to you straight away now, it's a rumour, not fact. I hate the in the know slogan, the slogan, whatever they call it. I hate it.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's one of the worst phrases in the transfer and football world, the ITK thing. It's horrible.
It is. I hate it for the simple reason being, when I tell you it's not in the know, it's facts.
Yeah.
But everything when I tell you either day happens within days, weeks, or months. And I always say to people, this is what people need to understand, especially people on social media and on certain Chef Wednesday sites, on YouTube, whatever. Things change in football within minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, something could be done at 10 o'clock and by 5 past, it could completely have changed. Yeah. And that's what people need to seriously understand. It just because something doesn't happen today, doesn't mean it's not going to happen tomorrow or the day after. If the things that I basically post or pass on to you have either they happened within days or months.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. Things change, and if they change, I'll hold my hand up and I'll admit it. I think the only thing I got wrong so far is I did say Smith were off to Derby. You did. And I did say that, but I confirmed that Smith were leaving before anybody else.
It changed though. There was a deal.
They offered him an extra year
for him.
Preston turned around and said, "I'll give you an extra year," and he went there instead.
Yeah.
But I did say we're leaving, so I got that right. But just got the wrong club at the last minute.
But I think the thing is, if anyone wants a classic example of football changing last minute, just look what happened with Palace and Crystal Palace and Liverpool on Monday night. That deal was all done and agreed, and it changed. So when Simon puts something out, it's normally he got a little bit more information than he got, and then it's stuff that he got a little bit more than when you put something in the comments or when we speak. It's normally closer than it being done than it is not being done, if that makes sense.
The best thing to do is when I put the eyes on the comments, which I always do, I'll put a comment on if it's like nearly anybody. If I put the eyes on, like I did with the Dave Richards thing being in the director's box, like on the Wednesday, I think it was, when I put it in the eyes on. It basically means keep your eye out because it's definitely happening.
Yeah. Also,
And I can't
on
make it more clearer than that.
on the Dave Richardson, he's not the one that used to own us.
No.
Wrong one. The amount of people who didn't get that was so annoying.
It's the wrong one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's related to, I don't know if it's his son, stepson, uncle, auntie, sister, mother. I ain't got a clue, but I can tell you now it's not that one.
So where do you think when they are right now as of the 3rd of September and where things are going? And remember, people, things can change.
What do I think at the minute? Well, I don't think anything. What I know is, within 2 weeks, if everything goes to plan, Sheffield Wednesday will be under new owners. Yeah. Within 2 weeks. If, how can I put it? The man at the top, I don't even like saying his name, but I'm just going to refer to him as DC. If he doesn't mess about and change his mind again, like he's done 3 times that I know of with deals that's more or less been agreed, I do believe within 2 weeks, we'll either be fully taken over or we'll be waiting on EFL, to ratify everything. Yeah. But I reckon there'll be a statement within 2 weeks, saying that we've been taken over, or we're just waiting for basically little bits and bats to be sorted out, but the sale's been agreed and we're gone, basically. We're under new owners. That's what I know what will happen, as long as he don't change his mind again. Which is something he does a lot. He does, unfortunately. Yeah. With the EFL, they're working quite close with the club to actually do things, because there was a lot of things on Monday night where people were kind of getting frustrated with them, with saying you're not allowed to do this. Can you explain why you think they done what they've done, or why they did it? Is it to put more pressure on it, or is it the EFL finally going, no, we've had enough of you trying to run us as a circus. We're actually going to do something. The EFL, in my eyes, are shocking. Yeah. They're not fit for purpose. They only care about certain things, and it's not the best interest of fans or anything like that. I don't care what they say. They're only bothered about that we can fulfill our fixtures. That's all they care about. Are they trying to make it as hard as possible for DC at this moment in time? 100% they are, yeah. This thing with the loans, we've had loads. I can tell you now, players, I can give you names of players that was coming to Sheffield Wednesday, everything paid for by their club, everything agreed. They were going to cover the full wages for the season or until January, whichever the loan were going to be for. And the EFL rejected it. And that's because they're trying to make it as hard as possible for DC to sell up. They want him to go, to stay. They want him to go. Yeah. They've had enough. They're getting absolutely dogs abuse through emails from fans. They work with the supporters trust. They're at a point where enough's enough, and even they've had enough. And for them to get to a point where they've had enough, then it's got to be serious. Because technically, in my eyes, they're not fit for purpose. Yeah, and that it probably might come as a shock to a lot of people, but I don't agree with a lot of things with the EFL. The EFL seem to punish the club and the fans more than they do the owner, which I don't agree with. Yeah, I think the thing gets the way you've seen it a couple of times where the owner will get nothing, but then the club and the fans will get it. So you'll get the point deduction, you'll get the embargo, the transfer fee reduction, which doesn't help with what happens net to us. Do you think the football governance bill will make any difference, or do you think it's just a PR exercise just to go, look, we're trying to do something? What's that? Sorry, the regulation bill? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's not going to come to that. If it comes to that, I think I'll be shocked if it comes to that with us. Yep. But I do know, David Cogan's a really decent person. Yep. He will not mess about. He will, if Chansiri messes about again and does something to this deal, I can guarantee this will be obviously the regulators' first big test, and they will do everything in their power to show people that they're not messing about. Right. And in a way, it's going to sound really audible, this, but the misery that DC's put on us, I really hope that it does go to that to a certain extent, where they turn around and say, look, you've been offered so much, it's reasonable, you're taking it. Yeah. And it's basically, I hope it's peanuts, because I dislike the man that much. I think he's destroyed legacies of Sheffield Wednesday. He's pulled ex-players down. He's pulls the fans down. General members down. Yes, he treats his staff. I can tell you for a fact, I've seen what he's like as a person. I've met him. I've spoke to him. I'm not going to pretend I'm on a daily conversation with him, because I'm not. But I've met him. I've spoke to him. I can tell you now, he's the most arrogant person I've ever met in my life. He doesn't take any advice. It's His staff are basically servants to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't respect him. He doesn't care. All this, oh, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my hardest. All this other thing. Nah, it don't rub with me. And it shouldn't rub with any Chef Wednesday fan. It shouldn't rub with anybody who works at Chef Wednesday. The man's an absolute narcissist, and that's being polite.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. The only thing he cares about is his reputation. And at the moment, I don't think he understands that his reputation is basically probably lower than it's ever been. If he's ever had a decent reputation, it's low. And does he deserve it? Yeah. Do I wish it on him? No, because I'm a big firm believer in doing stuff to do with mental health. I mean, this has got to be affecting his mental health somewhere.
Yeah, it got
I mean, it's got to be. It can't be nice.
Not be. No. But that's
do you know what I mean?
that doesn't make sense. If it getting to this level of being an issue,
yeah,
why are you not selling it unless there's other debts that you need to pay with us selling? Like,
he's openly, quite admitted why he doesn't want to sell, and that's because Chef Wednesday funds other businesses of his.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the reason why he doesn't want to sell. It's got other businesses. What he says, obviously, he has to invest in and try and make better, and that's basically then what that money can generate. It can go towards Chef Wednesday. Obviously, if his other businesses are not being successful, then the money's got to come from somewhere. And unfortunately, that's going to be Sheffield Wednesday. It's all one big business. Yeah. Now, is that wrong? 100% in my eyes, it is. But it happens in football, and it does. People get away with it, and he's openly admitted he has to invest in his other businesses, whether it be Sheffield Wednesday or any other of his businesses, to generate money.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not working. And Chef Wednesday's probably his biggest cash injection. But
it was
now with all the protests and everything. Yeah, it was now with all the protests and everything. It's impossible for him to stay. It really is, unless he can find a lot of money, which he's not going to find, unless he can work out and get some money, which I'll be honest with you, trusting to give him money. Nobody.
Well, you had it with the last load of the people he got managed to pay on time, which were fantastic. And I got dogs abuse because it's like, why are you doing a video talking about it? It's in the news. He paid them on time. That is news. Yeah. Sadly,
because it's massive news for us to be paid. For staff at Sheffield Wednesday, for players, for everything, it's big news because it's been that pathetic that it is classed as big news. It shouldn't be. It should be big news. Should be, oh, we've signed such and such. Oh, we're going to improve Hillsborough. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going to, futures, this, that, but we never have that. It's been years and years of rubbish and sky prices and, neglect. It's just, it's pathetic. I mean, how many times can a man say, I'm sorry, I'm trying my hardest until it stops? I mean, I think I believed him for the first 2 or 3 times. Then the years and years went on, it kept coming on and more things were happening. Now I like to me saying, this is just rubbish. Yeah. And it's just, he doesn't care. I'll be honest with you, he don't care about Chef Wednesday. I keep seeing all this rubbish about he'd let us go bust. He won't let us go bust. He won't put us in administration. Whoever keeps coming out with these silly rumours and all that, just stop it. It's never going to get to that. Yeah. He needs money from us. But as you're saying, why Sheffield Wednesday? It's simple. Chef Wednesday is was his biggest cash injection. It used to be his construction business in Thailand and certain places in Asia and everywhere else. He had a really good construction business. Yeah. That's just it, the fan. I don't know what's happened. Or if it's the,
From what I heard, it got hit during the pandemic and it never really kind of got back. But it seems like the bid that he did to build the hospital that he won has completely killed it because he can't fulfill it.
Yes.
One of those,
I think I mentioned that to you, didn't I, a couple of months ago about something to do with that. But I said, for legal reasons, please don't post anything. Because obviously, we don't want to get his fingers burnt. But he's basically struggling. And at the moment, Sheffield Wednesday was his biggest cash injection. But now the protests, people keep saying, are the protests working? I keep seeing people on certain social media posts when I go on my kids' social media. And I can tell you now, these protests and this hitting him in the pocket thing is affecting, and it's working.
I think the thing is that with the protest, it's just more about being more consistent, not picking and choosing games, just being relevant with it. Because you can't.
It should be every single game home and away. Every single game home and away till he's gone. It should be full blown. I mean, the whistles thing I didn't like. I didn't like the whistle thing. I didn't agree with the Teddy thing. Didn't like that. But what they did at Leicester were perfect. Yeah. Not at Leicester. Even for Leicester, I mean, I don't get emotional, I'll be honest with you, but I shed a tear when I saw Leicester City fans clapping and joining and putting the little banners up about Chansiri and all that. I mean, that's football in my eyes.
Because the clubs that we've kind of gone against so far in the league and cup, they've all been under bad ownership at some point in their history. Leicester, Leeds, Bolton, Wrexham. So the fan bases that know what we're going through and how it could get better. I got a question from one of the people who said, Jacob 25790. Yeah, that's your name on here. Would ask what does he basically what would he know about Pato and Takeover Talk? Now, Pato's a weird one because not many people know much about him.
Right. This is going to divide a lot of people, and a lot of people are not going to agree with this. But Pato is not, believe it or not, the devil in disguise, as people like to believe. He's very well liked within Sheffield Wednesday by players, managers, and staff. He's not an audible person. I've had plenty of dealings with him in the past. Very approachable, very friendly. Complete opposite to DC. If you look at certain things, you'll never hear a player slagging him off. Let me put it that way. You'll hear certain managers saying he's part of the furniture. He is part of the furniture. Is he an audible person? From my meetings with him, no. Does he want what's best for Sheffield Wednesday? Yes and no. Is it more his own gain? Yes. But he does care about Sheffield Wednesday, yeah, to a certain extent. But he's also in that to make money. Is he still an agent? Does he still have his things in a lot of pies with a lot of players? Yeah, he does. Does he still recommend them players to Sheffield Wednesday? Yes, he does. Does Sheffield Wednesday loan, buy, or whatever these players? Sometimes. Do you know what I mean? He does have his fingers in a lot of pies with Sheffield Wednesday, and he's part of the furniture. He's got his own office at Hillsborough. Do you know what I mean? And he's DC's right-hand man, basically. When DC's not there, he's in charge. But from my dealings with him, he's not a bad person. I know you see all these people like Stuffing Man and all this other stuff. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. My opinion is what I know of him. He's a decent person, and he's just basically runs the show when DC's not there.
Yeah, right. Get you.
Does he have his fingers in a lot of pies with Sheffield Wednesday? He has a lot of say in Sheffield Wednesday. He goes to most home and away games. If you look at when we're on pre-season, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed, if you watch YouTube on pre-season, best ones to go on to is, I think it was Lee Bullens. You know, when they used to do the initiation songs, when they used to do the songs. If you look at the manager's desk on them videos, you'll always see Pato sat on them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's always sat on them.
Yeah.
He's always on pre-season. He's basically DC's eyes when he's not there. But he's a nicer person than DC. Yes, he is. I've met him. I've dealt with him.
Man management.
He's likable. And then the players like him. I've never heard none of the players ever pull him down. Yeah. So it's going to divide opinion. People think he's this and other. I can tell you what, from my personal opinion, is not. But could he be being fake round me? Could be, but I can't see why he would, because he don't know me from Adam, basically. He only knows me from certain things to do with football. As for the takeover, what he asked about, I'm going to say the same thing. I can't say too much because I can't get into it, but all I'm going to say is USA, within 2 weeks if DC don't change his mind. Yeah. And will it be next level stuff? I'm not going to milk it and say we're going to have a brand new training ground, a brand new Hillsborough. It's going to take time. Things are going to get. The main important thing is to get this season out of the way. This season, people keep saying, is a write-off. It's not. We've played a couple of games. If we can get this ownership done within 2 weeks, hopefully it can get done sooner. There is a lot of free agents out there what could come to Sheffield Wednesday and do more than a good job.
Yeah, talking
I don't think the season's bit off. I'm not having the season's bit off yet. I'm really not.
Talking free agents in terms of restrictions, would restrictions be lifted in a takeover, or would they be suspended for a season a bit so we can get a competitive squad going? Right.
We would be able to sign frees. It's basically the fault of all this lies at Chancery.
Yeah.
So if we got a new owner, the new owner would have to prove he's got the funds to fulfill this season. He's going to be able to do that, obviously. The person then will pass on the information to the EFL. The EFL then turn around and say, right, brilliant. Here you go, sign your frees. The obviously the one with the fees, I think that'll stay. I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of that one yet. Right. But there is a lot of good free people out there. What I know we have been looking at. I mentioned it on your live stream the other day. People didn't realise, but Jamal Lewis was at Hillsborough on transfer deadline day. He was going to sign if we could get this lifted. We could sign for agents. We would have had Jamal Lewis in. I do know there's been interest in Josh Brownhill. No, another really good player. There's a couple of people from abroad. Yeah, there's a couple of people from abroad that we've been looking at. And as for transfer deadline day, obviously we had all the the stuff going on with the loans. I mean, the loans, I can tell you we wanted a Chelsea youngster. Can't remember his name. No, it's Dejon Richards, I think they called him.
All right.
They wanted him, really good player. They wanted him on loan. They wanted somebody from Tottenham, Dante Casanova. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's a defender. We wanted him. That didn't happen. And then there was one from Crystal Palace, and I can't remember his name off the top of his head. I think it was Matteo Dashi, I think they call him, a midfield attacker. That's who we wanted on loan. And obviously, because DC couldn't prove of funds, them loans got stopped. We also wanted Esky, but I said to you basically weeks ago that Esky's probably be dead in water. And unfortunately it was. But that's who we tried to sign. But obviously DC can't prove funds. So
we
can try as much as we want.
We tried to give it a go.
We did.
And it's one of the things when that happens, you feel for Kevin Beadle and Henrik, because they've been working their nuts off, trying to get something in, whatever it's been. Like, the thing is, I think a lot of people don't realize how well connected Henrik actually is in the football world. And some of the players he could get youngsters and get in a very good quality.
I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was the Star what turned around and said a lot of Premier League clubs want to send youngers on loan to Sheffield Wednesday. That is 100% true. Pedersen's a very good man manager. He's a very good. His tactics are amazing. I've seen him work at the training ground. The stuff that he comes out with. I mean, I actually think I know football, and the stuff that he comes out with, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Google this word, Google that word. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the heck does that mean? And he's really, and best thing about it is he's a super nice man. He's really nice. He's one of them people who's a good cop, bad cop. He can put his arm around you if you think you need it, but he can also get a bit of a rollicking if you're not pulling your socks up. And that's what we need. But unfortunately, he's also someone who's got his hands tied. He works for DC, and at the moment,
you're not going to
his hands tied. He can't do anything.
You're not come out the thing that I get in the media when we do the press conference of where they're asking something, you're not going to flag your boss off. He's your boss.
No.
At the end of the day.
Look, it still pays him when it's on time, which is very rarely, but it does still pay him, doesn't it?
Yeah. North Stand. Is work just getting done during this international break? Could people seeing people on the stand doing stuff? Is it a case that it's going to be ongoing throughout the season?
It's going to be ongoing throughout the season. The main thing at the minute is it's passed. The second thing is, I'll tell you now, I won't sit in it personally. The people that I saw doing the rounds on my son's Twitter account with the people wearing the hard hats. Yeah. With the hard hat, I mean, that was amazing. Brilliant. Work's ongoing, but it's stuff that should have been done years ago. You know, it's pointless going on about it. It's been done now, but you know, it's just something that could have been easily been avoided. Put your hand in your pocket, get it done. Yeah, work's been done. It's safe at the minute, but it still needs a lot more work doing to it.
Yeah.
And it is getting done.
Someone's asked, do you believe there'll be any more embargoes this season?
No. And simple reason being is because I do believe that we'll be taken over within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I don't think there will be. The only thing that I can say is I keep seeing people on your streams going on about points deductions. This is what I know of the points deduction. The EFL was going to throw the book at us on this points deduction because of DC. And it was going to be 20 points, is what I was told. Suspended if DC tried to appeal it to 12.
Yep.
And then if we got taken over, the new owners could then appeal the 12 and it will be suspended for 3 seasons as long as we don't miss any payments.
Right.
That's what I was told.
Right.
And the person that's told me works within the EFL, so I've got no reason not to believe that person. And the reason why we've not had the points deduction thrown at us yet is because the EFL are also aware that if anything goes to plan, we'll be taken over within weeks.
So basically, what you're basically saying is that there is no... The point deduction wise is in the hands of, because there is stuff going on behind the scenes with the EFL. The EFL are working with the clubs and people who want to buy the club to do it. Because I think so many people missed that bit in the statement, the EFL, about DC selling up.
Yep. So that's basically it. Basically, the EFL are trying to make it as hard as possible they can for DC to carry on. Now, if you look at it this way, if you go and throw a 20 points deduction at Sheffield Wednesday now, A new owner's going to be looking at that and thinking, whoa, we are buying a League One club. DC is not wanting that. DC in his head still thinks we're going to be next Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, you name it. In that man's head, we're Premier League and we're all these other things in DC's head. The man's deluded. We're not. I keep seeing figures being thrown around, £100 million, this, that, other. I don't know who keeps reporting these figures of £100 million, but I can guarantee you now, he does not want £100 million for Sheffield Wednesday. I can promise you. He does not want £100 million. When the sale comes through, we will be between 40 and 60, and that is still paying over the odds for Sheffield Wednesday.
Would that include the stadium, or are we going to have a separate deal for the stadium? Because I know you mentioned to me a couple of days ago about the mortgage payment being needed to be paid soon.
Right. This is where it gets a bit tricky. I know of 3 groups that want to buy Sheffield Wednesday. I know one at the moment is basically hands-on, nearly there, as long as nothing changes. I also know, I told you, and I can put this name out there because it's not wrong. I told you a long time ago, I think it was middle of last season, that the Waltons were looking for a in England.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the Bizzle posts something on Owls Talk. It gets everybody buzzing about it. People are slagging the Bizzle off. I see it all the time. I can tell you now, the Waltons link was 100% true. They wanted Sheffield Wednesday Football Club back then. DC messed them about with the thing. They was willing to pay, I think it was up to £100 million back then. So the Bizzle was right on that. DC messed them about. Once I think he thought, I'll throw 100 million out and they're not going to accept it. They turned around and said, right, that's fine, let's have a look. Let's do NDA, let's do it all. And then he was like, oh no, I want 160.
Yeah.
It shocked him. It shocked him that somebody wanted. He thinks that he's the saviour of Sheffield Wednesday, DC. He thinks that there's only him that can save Sheffield Wednesday. He's the god of Sheffield Wednesday. He's not. There's millions of people out there what's 10 times better than Chansiri, what'll do a brilliant job. Me and you could do a better job than Chansiri. You know what I mean? I think
the problem we had when Chansiri came in, he got given the kind of a hero welcome. So that hero complex stayed. And I think whoever comes in, we need to make them earn it, not automatic. Let them see what they do first before we go, oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, no banners on back at Cop when we get taken over. No banners, no nothing. Basically, thank you for saving us, club. Now, show us what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words. I told you, I was mentioning then about the Waltons. I've turned around and told you a few things over the months about the Waltons. The Waltons was 100% true. The Waltons wanted Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. DC messed them about. Then when DC then decided to get the brokers in, so to speak, from London to do the negotiations for him, the Waltons then came back in. And as I told you, the Waltons was looking at land in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And that land was to build a new training complex and a new ground. They didn't want Hillsborough. They were going to rent Hillsborough off Chansiri, but they did not want Hillsborough. Obviously, that's dead in water now. Chansiri's messing about that many different times with different prices and extra. That's probably dead in water. The other one I told you about a long time ago was when the Moroccan bloke, everyone, we're getting bought by Moroccan. I said to you, I goes, he'll put a statement out in 2 days, guarantee it. He's not interested. I think that was the Friday, the Sunday. He put a statement out saying he wasn't interested. Right. Then I heard Steve Cohen, the American.
Yep.
Never heard it. Don't know if it's true or not. From my knowledge, no. But does that mean he's not interested? You know, he could be, but I don't know if he is. And then we've got the Donald Trump American friend, don't we? Is it Tillman, they call him?
Yeah, Tillman,
whatever. Couldn't tell you. The only thing I know about that is he was looking at an English club. Was Sheffield Wednesday one of them? I don't know.
Right.
But 100%, the Waltons, 1,000,000% was in for Sheffield Wednesday, but got messed about. Could they still come back in? If it does go as far as the regulators, yeah. Every cards are on table. There'll be loads and loads of people. The people that I know over the minute who are basically, who I still think will be the new owners win Sheffield Wednesday in 2 weeks, these people want Hillsborough for a small period, but we're looking to build a new stadium.
Right, get you.
And a new training ground. You see, you've got to look at it this way. We don't have any assets.
No.
Hillsborough's crumbling. I call Hillsborough church. Hillsborough's my safe place. I love Hillsborough, but it's crumbling. We don't own a training ground.
I think Hillsborough's everyone's church when you look at it. It's for me and my missus, we got married there, so for us, it is church.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. It's church. It's my safe place. I love Hillsborough.
Yeah,
but we don't. You know, it's crumbling. We don't own the training ground. As most of us as players have gone, We've got no assets. The only thing what somebody who's buying Sheffield Wednesday is buying the history and the fans, and that is it. And at the moment, in my eyes, from my recollection, Sheffield Wednesday's worth 20, 30 million, if that.
Yeah.
And that's probably included Hillsborough. It's peanuts now. And I know the offer what's on the table, and I know what DC is getting out of this offer. I can't tell you, obviously, but DC's being looked after in this, and DC's happy with this at the moment. Will it change? It could. Do I believe it will? No. I think he's at the point now where he's lost that much money. And with the protests, what's happening, and with the revenue down by a lot, the revenue's really affecting him. You know, he's got no money. Sheffield Wednesday now is pointless for him. What used to be his cash cow is now basically his enemy. He's not making anything out of Sheffield Wednesday.
It's costing him more money in wages and like.
But it's not costing him because he can't fund us. It's not costing him because he can't fund us. It's like this latest payment. Everybody's saying, "Oh, he's found money. He must be staying." He's not found money. It's just leftover scraps from TV money and players we sold.
Yeah,
that's what's been left over, and that's what's paid it. It was same as beginning of the season. Everybody was saying, "Oh, he's found some money. We've got a new training pitch and a new football pitch at Hillsborough." I kept saying to you, didn't I? I goes, "It's a grant, mate. Don't fall for it." Yep. And you goes, "What do you mean?" I goes, "It's a grant." I goes, "DC's not paid for it. It's a grant." And then 2 weeks later, Star picked up on it. It was a grant, like I said.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? DC's not funding us. DC's got no money. DC's lost everything he's got at the moment. And the only reason why he holds on to Sheffield Wednesday is because it used to be his cash cow. It's now not. It's now his problem. So it makes more sense for him now to sell. And that's why I believe the sale will be done within 2 weeks.
Yeah. So on the ground itself, there is a payment this month, isn't there? I believe there's a payment or something this month to the bank because he's not allowed to. He's not allowed to do what he was doing in the past because I believe he classed as a not a secure person to lend money to now. That's why he's really struggled to get any money in.
That's correct. Yep. Basically, he's borrowed the money for Hillsborough, as we all know. Let me just throw this at you. Everybody keeps going about, "Oh, no, Avenue Projects Limited can take Hillsborough off him." No, they can't. They're the broker. They're not the lender. That needs to be put out there because people keep saying they've lent him the money if they haven't.
Yeah.
Basically, he's got 7 million on it. The people that's lent him the money want it down to 4 million this month. Yeah. They don't want it to roll over no more, so he's got to find about 3 million quid to pay them. But if not, they then take charge of Hillsborough. If they take charge of Hillsborough, you'll notice then Hillsborough will be up for auction, and that then, we'll sort a new owner.
You go into hands of like Mike Ashley picking up something for a little bit.
Oh yeah, I said to you a couple of months ago. I goes, if this happens, I goes, this has got Mike Ashley written all over it.
Yeah, he'll do what he did at Coventry and just have it as a rented accommodation.
But like I said, he's not going to pay this 3 million quid. I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
So expect in a couple of weeks there'll be big news about Hillsborough. But I do think if it does get to that, I do know the new owners will want to build a new stadium, like I said, but I do think they probably would buy Hillsborough at a decent price and use it until obviously the stadium's built.
Well, the thing is that Hillsborough's not going to be at the value that he first had it valued at because it wasn't at that in the first place, and B, Hillsborough, the land itself, the land isn't worth that much because it's in a really bad position.
And it floods.
It floods. You're probably looking at 5, maybe 10 million.
Yeah, I think you're being generous, but yeah, I mean, I read something in that article where he said he was threatening to knock it down and build flats and all that. I mean, unless you like your flats with your living room covered in water and stuff like that and everything else, can you really see it happen? Hillsborough, he'd never knock it down. It won't be allowed. Local MPs would get involved. I put a comment on one of your posts the other day regarding it when people were panicking, saying, it'll never happen. And it won't. People are panicking for no, basically.
Yeah. What would your final message be to the fans? And I can't take a guess at patience, but what's your final message to the fans and what do you want them to take from the information you've given today?
Basically, what I've told you is really happening. The names that I've given you on people who tried to buy, on loan is real. The stuff on the takeover is real. You'll find out. All you've got to do is go through Jake's previous videos. You'll see comments that I post and look at the dates, and you'll see that weeks after or days or months it happens. I'm not doing this for giggles, or anything like that. I pass information on because I believe Sheffield Wednesday fans deserve to know the truth.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'll pass on as much information as I can to you, which I do. All the thing I always said to you is you can't give my name out personally for for obvious reasons. You know who I am. You know what I do in football because I trust you. Obviously, there's going to be fans out there that says Si's talking rubbish. I turn around and said to that, why would I want to talk rubbish? Because I'm not gaining out of it. I'm not on social media. I don't do it for likes. I don't do it for subs. I don't do it for any reason. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just telling you
for
facts.
the love of your club. You do it for the love of your club.
I love Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday, I'll be honest with you, it used to be a case where it used to be Sheffield Wednesday, then family.
Yeah.
It's not like that no more. DC's completely destroyed it for me. I mean, I've missed birthdays, weddings, holidays and everything to follow Sheffield Wednesday home and away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sheffield Wednesday has been the front of my life for a long, long time. The fans need to know the truth. And the truth of the matter is the takeover will be 2 weeks away if DC don't pull the plug again. If he does pull the plug, it will go to the regulator. If it goes to the regulator, he'll get nothing. It makes more sense that he does this deal within 2 weeks. People are going to say, is that John Texter? I'm just going to say USA, USA, and watch this space. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say. Because that's all I can say.
Yeah, thank you for coming on today, Simon. It's been really good to have you on. And again, we might do another one in a month time and go, look where we are now and see where we are and how everything's going. But whenever Si says something, you take it with a kind of thing. He doesn't get much wrong. Like, and when he does, he'll admit he's wrong. And that's the thing where that's what I like about your way of doing stuff. You'll go, yeah, I'll hold my hands up. That one changed. But like you said, this is football. It changes. So thank you for your time today, Si. And I will speak to you in a bit. And
I'll probably speak to you. Like I said, I do speak to you more than I do with my family, so I'll probably be speaking to you next couple of hours anyway.
Oh yeah, probably. More than likely. We'll probably have another email exchange. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, guys. I much appreciate it. We're just going to try and hit to the next goal, which will be 6K. And I'll just keep doing these video columns. Like I said before, I will do this till the wheels fall off. I might be a bit screwed if Wednesday did go buff, but I'll still keep doing it because it's what I love to do. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will speak to you in the next one.